Welcome back, everybody, to the BTSL. Joined by, of course, Wardy. You can see our names over here on the left side of the screen. Big thank you to Nurbot, kicking off the stream with 250 little bitty bits. And Wardy, whoever that is,
Hi.
giving us a 52 viewer host. Sweet.
Check that guy out. Big shout out to that guy.
Yeah, make sure like, comment, subscribe. But it is, as stated, a ZvZ. After this, we have a ZVP, and then the grand finals. So if you guys want to check out the prize pool, you can check out the Match Reno page, !Match Reno in chat. We have currently raised $2,253 at the time of speaking, and we'll see if that gets any higher before the end of stream today. This is a really awesome way to end the year. After the grand finals is done, we have some big announcements about how the BTSL will work for next year, but until then, in the bottom left, playing for Splice, it's our boy in red, Solar.
The other right-hand side, we have our Blue Zerg player, one of the legends of 2017. It is Rogue.
Well, it's also come hand in hand, I suppose, with the legend of 2017, or morally, legend of the patch 4.0. We're seeing more and more 12 pools come out. More and more of these have less gas attached to them, though. So for Rogue, this is kind of a bit dedicated. You know, we see enough of these 12 pools leading to just macro games. That's not going to be the case here. Baneling Nest going down with this too. Damn, Rogue is kicking this off with a bang.
Yeah, he's going to really just kickstart this without blinking an eye. And Solar, well, he's going to have to get ready to defend. He does see it now, though. First Overlord already sees the first Zerglings coming across. But, of course, he is unaware right now as to kind of what the follow-up is. So he doesn't know if this is just a 12 pool or 12 pool Bane. Obviously, he'll find out shortly, but he has to respond to this.
You know, that kind of makes this some sick metagaming in a small way. I just threw this offhandedly, but more seriously, because all we do is see these 12 pulls that lead to macro games, I think you very rarely expect there's going to be a Baneling Nest behind this. So until Solar's Overlord confirms that there's not a hatchery starting up on the back end of this, he doesn't quite know how all in it is. Either way, he's pulled his drones, he's trying to save the hatchery. He might just pull this off as far as the saving the hatchery, but the next part, of course, comes into the Banelings, and I don't know if he caught a glimpse of that one Baneling. I think he may have just barely.
Yeah, I think he just barely saw it, but still going to be really difficult because he only has slowlings, and he's going to have a queen in a moment. But the first Bane in a row comes in, and it gets a good connection, and the second good connection.
Oh, is that game already?
I mean, that's huge, right? All the lings, I mean, a Spinecrawler killed without a cancel. That's 100 minerals. I mean, that kind of sucks. And now 2 more Banes on the low ground, just morphing in.
Big surround of the main.
Wow, I mean, Rogue is just all over Solar at the moment. All over him, and leaving this Bane's going to get towards the mineral line, and then turns around. But I guess it doesn't matter.
I actually really like that he didn't use those on the drones, though. Saving those for the lings is going to be so much more valuable. Unfortunately here, there's already been so much damage done. Rogue hasn't killed a lot of workers to auto-win the game, per se, but this is one of those things where we take a quick peek at the income graph. Solar has pulled off mining so long that somehow Rogue, with 12 workers on one base, is out-mining him.
Yeah, now Rogue, the fact that he killed the queens just slows down so much of Solar's production. And
I love this.
That's usually the advantage you have.
Rogue is so good.
Yeah, man. He's so good at these aggressive styles as well. I mean, this was a big kind of part of how he won BlizzCon, right? Just being super aggressive.
Oh, yeah. He did that one really big thing.
What, Bane Bust again and again into the BlizzCon victory?
No,
yeah,
I just
he did that.
I had a brain moment where I'm like, that's right, he did win BlizzCon.
You know what's sick? We could get a BlizzCon Finals rematch today.
Possibly. That Hero's gonna be a tough opponent.
He is gonna be a tough opponent. I mean, Solar's gonna be a tough opponent as well, but maybe not in this first game because Rogue really is all over him. And I mean, diving into the main base mineral line now.
There's the GG.
Like that. Rogue.
Sick
Quick,
start to
deadly.
series.
I mean, he just played insane. Solar made like one mistake or two when he kind of ran his lings into Banes a bit too early. And from there, Rogue just made every right decision and microed it well. Solar had no chance, man, in this game. From the first mistake, he really was a little bit hopeless.
I'll leave it to you to host this next game, if you don't mind. Because I gotta give a quick talking to for this guy in chat. Heavy Armor 33 says, BaseTradeTV, hey Rifkin, I saw the video with your mom, I loved it. Dude, I'm surprised a lot of people didn't. I got a lot of likes, but a lot of people asking me if I had given my mom the money yet or not, and I was like, okay, I just checked my Twitter. But actually, I bring this up not because of that point, but because Heavy Arms, I went back through the VOD with my mom, because she couldn't process that there was other people out there on the internet she's never met before that cared about her or had nice things to say about her. So we're going through the VOD. I was showing her comments. I showed her specifically yours and a couple others, and like, dude, my mom was like bawling by the end of the night. I wasn't allowed to record it. She was like embarrassed and stuff, but People like you and many others, just thank you guys again so much. It definitely blew everyone the fuck away, because no one in my house expected that at all. I loved it though. The best part though, guys, I love you guys for this, right? There's like the wholesome good part where it's like, oh, you guys helped my mom, thank you very much. My sister got my mom this gift, and she thought it was like gonna be the best gift of all time. And my sister and I don't have a good relationship, for those who don't know, so it's kind of like this bitchy, like, oh, Riff, what did you get, Mom? Was it anything good? I'm like, yeah, no problem, $5,000. Suck a dick. My sister had this biggest, like, well, that's good. Good job.
Wow.
So, bit of a side victory. Anyways, it's Ascension to IR. We're getting into game number 2 with CA Shirley. Welcome back, folks. We are continuing on with the first best of 5 today. It is game number 2. We got a new sub coming in to kick it off, though. Thank you, Mark VH5, for that 3-month resub. Says good luck to everyone in the coming year. I don't want to think about how it's almost the end of the year, Wardy.
It's like 4 days away. It's insane. Where'd it go?
There's so much I need to do still.
This is actually a lot you have to do before the end of 2017.
Yes, actually, and that's going to have a lot to do with the big announcement at the end of the stream today, funny enough, but big thank you, Softcat Monster, for the 3 months of Prognosticator, my alliteration mother trucker. How you doing? 13 months, Descent into Wubdom, the re-wubbening. All right, guys, thank you all for subbing, resubbing, all that goodness. Let's hop into the game. It's map number 2. To the bottom right, we've got the blue Zerg Solar. Down 1 at the moment.
These guys swapping colors as we have to the top left. Rogue. 1-0 up. And it's best of 5.
Rogue should always be red, and I base this purely on the constant misspelling of Rogue is Rouge in World of Warcraft.
Wow, that's funny. Now you know, I don't think that's ever bothered me, but now you say it, I've met so many people that spell Rogue.
I know, and the worst part is I think a lot of them, it's a typo. It's just something you accidentally type, but you're typing too quick. But there are some people out there, and I've met these people who think that's how it's spelled. And I'm like, are you crazy? Have you read what you're writing? Hello? I thought you were an intelligent human being. Oh, hey. There's some cheers from me and Wardy. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to 2 of my favorite casters. Thank you, Black Spade Cammy, and thank you for the 1,000 bits. Also, guys, I got some cool news. There's nothing wrong with our current cheer modes, right? I love them. They're good. They're weapons. They're great. Kill the pit boss with them. We're actually getting them redone. There's an artist, I really, really like her work. I shelled out the extra couple bucks just because I wanted to get her to redo our cheer modes for us. And one of the things I'm loving is she's going to be color coordinating the weapons. So for example, and I'm not going to spoil the other ones, right? The 1000-bit cheer, which is green, is going to be a Banling exploding. I'm like, this is so sick. You're so brilliant. I fucking love you.
That's so good. I love it. I love it already. I haven't even seen it.
Nice. All right, well, so this game, obviously, there was no early pool to have to deal with, and most importantly, no all-in from it. But we do see Solar starting to cut workers. The question is going to be whether he continues to cut workers, because even though he's got a 3rd base up, he's got a Banling nest down, and that might just be a fake 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of very common to throw down the 3rd and then spam into Ling Bane, right, to get aggressive and also defend the 3rd at the same time. Solar's already nibbling away at that hatchery. Now Rogue is as well on the other side of the map. Ling's going to about to kick in from both, and again, just a swell of circles as they're both going to really go into this Ling Bane phase. I mean, a couple of drones here and there from Solar, so he's going to keep that edge. He does get the cancel, and that's obviously huge already, just slowing down that 3rd base of Rogue.
Yeah, money lost too. He's also winning the Zergling fight to the point where 3 Zerglings almost took on 7. Damn. Solar is getting some payback for that last game.
Yeah, he's shown us he can micro as well, as we're going to see that Ling Force. Well, going to take a little bit of a fight. Solar actually peeled a couple of Lings up top, which I imagine will become Banelings here, and try and be causing some mayhem later. Right now, Solar just pulling back, though. Rogue didn't actually have the Bane Nest until just now, in a couple of seconds, and so he's not being able to be that aggressive. Those Lings do get down top side, and Solar with enough to push this away.
Yeah, up on the top side would have been nice if you could have snuck those in, specifically run this into a mineral line or something, but having already been revealed, it's a little bit difficult to get those bad boys in there. Rogue with his own Banelings now coming to that front line. Solar's, he's equipped to deal with this, but it's all about the control here. Who accidentally runs into the Banelings first? Who takes that really bad hit? It's so close to being Solar, but it ends up being Rogue.
Wow, that was insane. Solo was like had 6 lings on 1 Bane at one point, and then pulled away to 1 ling on 1 Bane.
But
it was so sick. But yeah, this little counterattack.
Oh, the drones aren't being split. It's a little bit late. There's going to be some worker deaths, but let's see how many. I like that he actually doesn't go for greed. He could have popped those off on the drones. Ultimately takes control of the ramp, hits the main base. These drones all one-shot. There's not enough lings here to save this.
Oh my god, that Baneling comes in and these drones go so low. 8 killed, but obviously if the lings get back on the natural, that's going to be so many more worker kills. It's going to just take a couple of seconds to nibble his way through so many of them. This queen is getting low as well. It just gets saved by the Baneling.
He needs to keep these queens alive, partially for their injects, but also just to have the chance to snipe off future banelings. But Solar says, you know what, screw it, I've already taken a lot of damage, I can't waste a lot more time at home. He's going to try and go out, then realizes, no, he still has a lot to deal with at home. So he brings the lings back, kind of loop around the top side. Banelings get to that middle line once again. These drones going to be in one-shot range for these Zerglings.
He just doesn't quite manage to target them down, though.
You know what?
That's a nice kill.
And credit where it's due, Solar loses a lot of workers this game, but despite losing 10, has kept toe-to-toe with Rogue.
Yeah, he's been able to keep this going very nicely. He's kept his worker count up, and even when he's taken damage, well, he had a small eco lead to begin with, so he's made this go well. And you can see Rogue already interested in moving into Roaches, but Solar, he wants to keep up this Ling Bane phase. You can see him more than 7 Banes, although has to cancel a few here. Instead, he's just going to run those Lings to the left, and he's got Lings all over the place. Again, Rogue canceling every single Bane bar 1 right now. Will that find the connection that Solar wants?
It's not just a phase, Dad. I'm really all about Banelings.
Oh, I really love Ling Bane. I swear, it's going to be my life forever.
This game is at some point going to start tilting in Rogue's favor. Once you can afford to get those Roaches rocking and rolling. However, either player could still lose this game to 1 really good Baneling hit or 1 really bad Baneling hit, depending on your point of view.
Yeah, and these Banes are everywhere as well, but Rogue, a big counterattack. That'll be interesting. Solar is actually getting a lot of damage done over here, so Rogue really needs to make progress with this Zergling. Wow, multiple queens going down as the Banes for Rogue will just trade out 2 for 3, but he's lost every single queen. But now he's in the natural expansion, and Solar's Banelings go off on Morphin Banes, which is not good in this scenario because, well, 2 Banes don't kill those Morphin Banes, and so they're still on the way up. And Solar and Rogue are both taking insane amounts of damage.
Wow. Banelings into that mineral line. He's pulling off those drones once again. He's just going to try and mitigate the losses here. On the other side of the map, though, Solar, funny enough, despite all this damage, just still barely killed any. In fact, he only just killed his first drone, Wardy. 120 Zerglings died before he killed a single worker.
Wow, I mean, that's insane that he's only just now started killing workers, and Rogue up 12 now. I mean, okay, he's a little bit behind an army, but defensively with a couple of Banes, he should be all right here. I mean, he's getting queens up as well. It's a lot of lings, though.
He's going to need a spicy hit to really shut this down. Solar's lacking in drones, but he was winning an army. Starting to get that drone lead, I guess, evened out, we'll say, but not really killing a lot of workers just yet. He's running around face first into Banelings, and that might have just cost him the game.
Wow, that was a little bit scary. Man, Ling Bane is so back and forth. Just a moment it takes for the Baneling to just blow up and kill everything. One thing Solar has is the 3rd hatch still up, by the way, so that's 300 minerals he doesn't have to reinvest into at some point.
Yeah, but how many queens does he have to build this game, right? Like, it's 29 drones down, 4 queens in the hole. He's still not in a great spot, but he has brought this back to being maybe manageable because of the 3rd. But I still think the drones for Rogue are going to come and win out here. I mean, 2 bases for 2 bases, someone's saturated and someone's not.
Rogue still has a Roach run as well, by the way, so if he ever wants to kind of throw into a couple of Roaches, like, it's very difficult when there's so many Lings. But if he gets like a few Banes up, then, getting into a few Roaches suddenly as they stack up, Soul will kind of struggle to deal with those with just Ling Bane. And he isn't really in a position where he can afford to throw down a Roach run and stuff.
Honest to God, I don't know what I hate dealing with. Like, I watch Ling Bane, obviously I can never play this at a high level, but I'm like, would I rather deal with this than tank lines and TVT? And I'm just like, I honestly don't know. These are both horrible things to deal with, and I don't know how the pros do it, man, but they keep a calm, cool head. Both players making these decisions that look crazy to run across the map with Lings, try and go for a counter when they've got all the Lings in their base on the other side of the field. Like, this is some insane, only Koreans could pull it off level of judgment. But I think Rogue is starting to really win this out now with the last few drones probably going down to the main. Big hit coming.
I mean, that's obviously just huge, and that is probably going to be what ends it here. I mean, he has a defense at home as well. He minimizes the losses, and Rogue is monster mode in the ZvZ right now. Even in this game that didn't start off the best for him, he really turned this around, and, well, micro, man. Decisions too. Running all those lings across the map is so risky, right? Because Solo's like on the forefront being aggressive already. He's just like, oh yeah, I'll just send like half, or my entire army basically over there. But hey, it worked out for him.
Well, guys, before you, we're gonna go to commercial break here real quick, just 2 minutes before we go to game number 3, because it could be the deciding match. Quick thank you to Taco Stuff for the 100 bits. Thank you to Nerfoth for the 100 bits, and Eatsy Teetsy Terrorist, thank you for the brand new sub. But I know I've seen you walking around here before, man. So thank you for coming back. Also, if you want to check out the prize money for the tournament, you can check it on the Match Rando page. It's worth noting the prize money there is a static base of $2,000. I will be updating that to percentage base later. But right now, for example, the difference between last place and second place versus first place, $130 is what each of these competitors are guaranteed just by showing up to play today. That's the last place value. But second place is $460, literally double that, and then first place is $1,000 straight up. So you really want to go for the gold, so to speak, guys. But we're gonna go to a commercial break. Like I said, a couple minutes coming at you, and we'll be back for game 3 ASAP. Thanks for watching. Alright, before we get too far into this game, gotta give a big holler to the folks who make the front page happen on Twitch, because me and Wardy on the front page of Twitch. Now maybe, just maybe, people will think we don't hate each other.
No. You start to say this, I was like, no way. God.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you are watching some StarCraft 2 for the first time in a while, or maybe the first time ever, do please come join us in chat. We got a very friendly environment over here. If you got any questions, you're not sure what's going on, feel free to ask. Someone will fill you in if we don't. That being said, it is game number 3. The score is 2-0. And in the top left, looking to walk away unscathed, it's the Blue Zerg Rogue.
Check you out, getting to introduce Rogue for once. To the bottom right-hand side, our boy from Splice is the Red Zerg. It's Solar.
You know what I love about having the boys from Splice play in our events, Wardy?
They're all really good players that everyone loves.
Okay, there is that, but that's an assumed point, okay? No, man, the Splice social media team, small shout out to you guys. So I know it's like one dude most of the time, right? And I met one of them at least at BlizzCon, but they're on point with their tweeting. They're on point with their celebrating of their players' victories here and there. I'm sad because that means if Rogue wins 3-0, we're not going to have them follow us through to the finals. But I got to give a shout out to those guys. I love them. I love them. I love them. Also, thank you, Wonder Tongue for the 2-month resub. And Fruity Rob cheering 500 bits to say hello from London. Merry Christmas and stuff.
Hey, a fellow Brit.
A fellow Brit. Wardy and I were talking about this during the break. Guys, I'm absolutely going to bait and beg here for a moment. Wardy was complimenting. He's like, wow, you guys got some really cool sub sounds. I'm like, baby, wait until you hear the donation sound. If anyone's got $2 rattling around in their pockets, guys, I'd love to show Wardy a good time, if you know what I'm saying. But also, I gotta ask, we're gonna keep it spoiler free. As a Brit, I guess, did you watch the Doctor Who Christmas special?
No.
Oh, Wardy.
That's not my thing. I'm sorry.
Let's have Zombie Grub here. Jesus. She doesn't watch it either. All right. Well, never mind then. Point aside, I was going to ask you a question about it, but Solar is coming across the map with about 6 Zerglings, and this has already been long since seen. Rogue not sitting on the ramp brings the Queens right out to the front line. I guess hoping to spook these Zerglings and keep them away. Mission accomplished.
No, I like it. You know, if you just have them on the ramp, you might lose a drone mine time, and if you don't need to, then why do it? I mean, it's not like these are super fast Zerglings, they're not about hit speed, right? And look at that, Rogue so confident, just cancels Link speed, starts up to the lair, Roach-Roar and Evo. He's going to be going straight into Roach this game.
Oh,
Solar.
there it is.
Oh, okay, I've actually heard this noise before. Now I remember it.
That's a good sound though, am I right?
That's so sick. Oh my god.
Thank you,
I know what you mean now.
This is baited $2. Heck to the yeah. Oh god, don't ever let me say that again.
Lings from Solo going to poke the front. I think one of the big things you'll see here is, well, obviously just no Ling speed on Lings. So Rogue actually starts up his Ling speed as I think a bit of a fake as the Lings get in. But obviously,
yeah, I mean,
the Lings are...
He went straight to range weapons. If he's gonna skip past the Ling Bane phase, that's totally fine. He's gonna have the roaches out fast enough anyways. But if this was just a mind game and a bit of a fake, that's sick. At the same time, it's never gonna be bad to have Zergling speed. Quick reinforcements across the map like Catalyst. Try and overwhelm your opponent.
Oh yeah, it can definitely work out as well. Like we see a lot of things which is like going into link speed after this Roach or an Evo, and his opponent, if he doesn't expect it, of course, can get caught heavily off guard.
If this is a fake, he's really got to clean up these Zerglings, though, because he's not able to cancel this. Yeah. There's the cancel. He says, screw it. All right, maybe his opponent will assume this is the fastest speed of all time. Now he's done.
These Lings have been around for much longer than I think Rogue expected them to be.
Yeah.
He does still have 7 Roaches, though. I mean, on 41 drones, he's saturated fully across his gases and minerals. No third hatch just yet for him.
Oh, he's...
Goes up into that Roaches.
He's doing everything he can to try and make sure Solar doesn't see this, but I feel like his best laid plans here have been to waste. The Overlord is chased off. There's not much that would see these Roaches coming, but the Lings have already gotten all the information in the world they need. This one in the main might not have seen these Roaches, though. These ones were revealed for sure, though. So Solar getting his own Roaches out in pretty decent timing. He's got his third base up before Rogue, so honestly, Solar's not looking too bad at the back end of this. He's up 9 workers. If you can buy some time with these Lings too, every second that goes by favors Solar, not Rogue.
Yeah, Solar's definitely the one who's going to benefit from that 10 worker lead. And again, over time, like, it doesn't matter that he doesn't have Roach speed yet, because if he's just playing defensively, you just don't necessarily need Roach speed right away. And behind that, obviously, his own +1's coming up, and he'll be behind a little bit on +2 perhaps. But as long as he doesn't get too crazy, it should still be fine for him.
All right, well, as these Roaches start moseying across the map, thank you very much to Cellotape Gypsy. I'm probably saying that horribly wrong. Thank you for the $5. This is $2 spare. Can you spare a 5? Can you break a 5? Excuse me. No, I can't. So thank you for the $5. And the Dead Guy 99. Thank you for the 2 months. Just in time for the attack to commence. Defender's advantage goes a long way in ZvZ, folks. Make no mistake, Solar's down and upgrades is going to make this fight difficult, but the ability to reinforce immediately on the front lines should more than make up for that speed difference. But as we can also see here, Rogue with some good micro just pulls back the Roaches, and he, of course, can walk away. Or run away, scuttle away. He's got speed Solar can't chase.
He's out of there. I mean, this is nice. Solar got +1 kind of behind this, of course, and I kind of finished up halfway through the finals. As you say, Roaches just come in so much quicker for Solar. He has the Queens he can pull in as well, and he defends very nicely here. He's fall behind on +2, though.
Oh, that's okay. I thought you were done. I think you kept XDD for that brand new sub also joining the channel. Quick note for all those who are subscribing. If you're enjoying the games here today, you can get replay packs pretty much within the hour of the broadcast finishing if you're a sub. Sweet, sweet benefits.
Oh, look at this from Rogue contaminating that Evo chamber. That's really, I mean, the +2 of Solar is already super late. Now it's even later. Like, Rogue's already almost finished +2 and Solar's still building it. This could maybe make the next attack by Rogue that little bit more powerful for long enough. I mean, it's actually up in army supply quite heavily as well, so Solar really does need to buy some time.
Yeah, it's a funny timing for this, too. The level 1 weapon upgrade difference is going to be there, I think, no matter what for the next fight. It's just the fact that it might be there for the next 2 fights with that difference to that Contaminate. Very well done out of Rogue. Not enough people using Contaminate. It's always cool to see.
Yeah. It's always nice when it's like, it had such an effect like this as well. Like, this really, really puts Solar into a tough position. I mean, if he hits his own Contaminate, he would slow us down so much, right?
Maybe. I don't know. So this attack, though, still comes in with 15 Roach lead, right? This is maybe going to be a numbers game. Defender's advantage only goes so far, and right now, unless Solar gets some amazing corrosive biles, he's going to be severely disadvantaged for this fight in more than just the upgrades. But a big concave of Roaches that have +2 weapons moving in. Solar's got a couple of corosive biles. Look at the lamp. It's going to hit the Overlord? Not even. Oh, this isn't looking too good for Solar. His army supply is holding decent. Queen's on that front line trying to help out too. He's getting some good shots in there, and every time Rogue gets the move to dodge, he loses damage.
Solar's actually going to start pushing this back. These Ravages, the Biles, actually, the initial set kind of really hit hard and still dealing some damage from there. I mean, Rogue's starting to pick a couple off, but Solar's definitely going to turn this around. Oh, and he's going to push this all the way away.
This is such a good deflection out of Solar, not just because he holds, but he's also continuing to expand behind this. He's got a worker lead. He's catching up on those upgrades as we speak. That was a great fight. You cannot understate that.
Oh, no. There's, once he hit +2 missiles as well, the upgrades become like a much kind of lesser thing, right? +1 Caiaphas is nowhere as big a deal as like a +2 missile. And so from this point on, like in a few seconds, Solar's going to have pretty much all the advantages. And where he doesn't have an advantage, it's going to be pretty much dead even. He just Solar, we're just praising you. I know you've got the advantages. Doesn't mean you can blow up your own Roach.
There's a little bit of a funny thing about him not getting the Overlord that was here earlier too. I don't know if you've had this, because you've cast Solar in quite a few events that you've hosted as well. Solar, though, has like the worst record of hitting units in the sky. When Ravagers were still new, so granted it's new, right? And everyone's perfect with it. I remember there was a game we cast, and Solar took like 14 corrosive biots to kill a stationary overlord. Like, I'm not talking one that was moving or patrolling around. One like this, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit funny to see him miss and then kill his own roach. Kind of sucks. But here he comes now. It's going to be a similar predicament to last game in terms of Rogue's going to have to fight concave numbers to the aggressor and all that, but Solar still has to overcome the defender's advantage here. Now, if this fight trades out evenly, Solar still comes out better for it just because of his worker lead, but that, that's a little bit rough. He's a bad corrosive bow right there. But every time these corrosive bows land, even if they're not hitting the units and the other player's splitting away from it, it's a lot of lost damage. And we see Rogue doing a lot of retreating, giving up a lot of damage to the Roach auto attacks, to the Ravager auto attacks. So Solar's actually collapsing in on this.
Solar just has so many Ravagers in the back, and that extra damage output helps so much as well in this fight. And now you can continue to fight while leaving some Roaches kind of on the mineral line at the back, dealing with reinforcements. And Solar's just continuing to push his way through this. He could have corrosive bombed down a bunch of those build Roaches too if he needed to. Solid one from Solar to get back in this. Just multiple really solid defenses as he deflects timing after timing of Rogue to take this one.
Very, very happy to see Solar not go down 3-0, but he still has a couple of games he's got to bring this back through. So not quite there yet.
Yeah, always rough when you're down 0-2, right? Especially in like such fast games as games 1 and 2 were.
What?
Like obviously game 1 was super quick, and game 2 was like pretty quick as well, even though not as fast as game 1.
Well, it's just freaking ZvZ as well, right? Like it's not exactly a matchup that you want to. The volatility of it is what I should say makes it much worse to be in this position with. But anyways, got the game going up. Thank you, Wardy, for hosting the matches, by the way. Also, I see Joe in chat, our good buddy from the sponsored tournament, of course. Dude, I know you're not in control of this, but why is my name censored on Twitch? This isn't fair. I learned this morning going live, I can't put my name in the title of the stream or the live notification because Rifkin has fucking in it. Why is that a thing?
God, why did you design your name to just completely avoid kind of censorship, man? That's so DM of you.
This is like super passive aggressive Twitch, like suggesting I rebrand. They're not gonna say it. They'll just like censor it. All right.
It's just like, yeah, we think you need a name change.
We're hopping to Odyssey. All right, guys, we're hopping to game number 4. We just lost our Russian caster, but hopefully everything's okay. He's been having some lag the last few times he's cast with us, so fingers crossed that it's all good. It's just one game. Rifkin Wardy coming at you, though. It's still the first series of the day. We got 3 in total, 2 best of 5s, a best of 7 grand finals, and over $2,200 to award in prizing. Spawning here to the bottom right, we got the blue Zerg player, none other than Solar.
And to the other left-hand side, our red Zerg, it is Rogue.
Now, I just made some fun of the whole Twitch censoring my name thing, but I want to make it clear that is just in good fun. I don't actually mind, as I segue to the fact that Twitch is a major driving force behind this tournament. In fact, powered by Twitch, aptly as it's called, because without them, this tournament wouldn't be going down. So guys, check your Prime subs. If you got them up, consider throwing them our way. If you're gonna regular sub and you just like, I just need like one more reason why, it's because without it, we might not actually have this really sweet sponsorship from Twitch making these tournaments happen, giving us that sweet front page time and a sick year-end finals. Again, this is normally a $100 cup, guys. This is a $2,000 year-end finals. So between Twitch and of course Match Arena helping with some codes and some crowdfunding, we're able to make this happen. This really awesome event at the end of the year, so thank you both. We don't have any codes to advertise for Match Arena today. We used them all up threefold. It's why we got the prize pool as awesome and as big as it is, thanks to both these fine companies.
Pretty darn awesome. Can I just say, by the way, that these players are swapping colors more than I don't even know. It's insane. Like every single game. Like, okay, at least they're sticking to red and blue, but guys, come on. Rogue's like, I want to be Rouge again.
I don't imagine a lot of. There's a couple players. Like I count on one hand the amount of players I can think of who are actually particular about their colors. Otherwise, it's probably just like default. Like, are you putting Rogue in the top slot or the bottom slot, Wardy? I'm starting to think maybe we might want to be the phone.
It depends who joins the game first.
Ooh. Okay, so Solar is getting super defensive. He's throwing down a spine crawler before scouting anything, frankly. Gonna cancel it. So this speaks a lot to where Solar's at, frankly. He cancels it, so he's not gonna waste it. But he was so worried about this being a stupid game that was gonna be all in and quick, and like he wouldn't have enough units to defend. So spine crawler having finished for the attack would have been great if he needed it. But you guys will notice he canceled it upon seeing the creep, because the creep spread alone was enough to tell him what Rogue did for a build. That's how freaking good these guys are at StarCraft 2. I will never be this good at StarCraft 2.
It's always cute to see them do little things like that. And there's micro as well in the Lings, like on each side. And the Solo just winning out there as well. 2 Lings to 1 at the end. And obviously it doesn't seem like a big deal, but if you lose like 4 Lings and you kill 1, or 6 Lings and you kill 2 or something, like that does make quite a difference. And you're making, you know, another set of Lings and then you're a couple drones down. And, you know, when these players are so good, that does really add up.
So sorry guys, the bracket command is not linked to the Wikipedia page. That's been fixed. Oh yeah. So now if you do want to check the brackets, you can check them out by typing ! brackets in chat.
Well, like magic. Rogue and Solar skirmishing here with the Ling. Solar, by the way, straight into the Rotor in this game. Isn't like cutting drones or anything just yet. But we'll see how many Roaches he wants to build and how aggressive he gets with it, as he's really hungry for this third base, but unable to get it with the Banes coming in.
Ooh, that was a good bailing hit.
Yeah, that really pushes him back a bit.
The straight to the Roaches can really be a risky move. A lot of situations where these come out in too few numbers, the Zerglings get that full surround. Rogue is actually probably going to pick off 1, if not 2 of these Roaches in that exact scenario, but if he can get enough of these up quick enough, it eliminates Banelings. You know, they're just going to be able to snipe off the Banelings where the Queens can't, and if there's no Banelings, there's usually a much easier time fighting, but that Baneling escapes. Queen's going to go down. Roach is popping out. Different hatcheries going to make this kind of tough to consolidate, but looks like Rogue's been driven off for now. Exclamation mark? Question mark?
He's yeah, I was gonna say that wasn't much of an exclamation mark.
I fixed it though.
I think he kind of is being pushed back. There's a lot of Roaches now, to the point where if they do get fully surrounded, they're still going to trade pretty darn well along the way. I love this from Solo, just finding a way to get across map and go for a small counterattack as well. So here you go, Rogue's going to dive with this, so there's that surround coming through. Banes are going to get some good connections though into the center of all of these. Yeah, I mean, that just still hurt.
Oh, 2 of them still gonna get to the mineral line. Big hits on the drones. 7 go down, and the Roaches get killed. Is this how Solar dies?
I think you very well maybe, because these Roaches are just never going to stabilize, and the counter-attack of Solar did absolutely nothing. Rogue gets that GG out of Solar, and he takes the series 3-1. I mean, it's one of those really tight timings where I think like a couple more Roaches, and this goes so differently for Solar, but this really was disastrous. Like full surround, Banes connected in the center of the Roaches too. Rogue, man, he looked like a monster this series.
He really did, and that's going to place him in the grand finals, so that will play out after this next series, because the next best of 5 we got coming up is going to be Hero. Now, a lot of people are like, Team Liquid Hero, CJ Entis Hero. No, it's Root Hero, guys, aka ex-CJ Entis Hero, aka the really good Hero.
The really, really good Hero, who's been looking insanely good as well lately. Like, you know, in the latter half of 2017, he was really good all the way through 2017, but I feel as though the last couple of months, he really turned things up. And I mean, Hero was, you know, Hero had one heck of a fantastic end of the year as well. Like, he really did nearly win BlizzCon. Like, he went out in the semis, but he could have gone so far. It was some really close games, so yeah.
Well, on that note, for those who didn't keep super close eye on things, there's some hype to this, right? If Hero wins, cool, Hero versus Rogue, that's gonna be a phenomenal ZVP, and maybe in some eyes the BlizzCon finals that never were. On the other hand, you have the BlizzCon finals that actually were, and it's gonna be so sick either way. So I don't have a particular player I'm rooting for here. I'm gonna say Hero, I think, just because I enjoy not mirror matchups, but honestly, Rogue and Solar just played a pretty exciting ZvZ. I wouldn't be too upset if it was the ZvZ finals. I'm already upset that there's no Terran here, so I mean, like, I'm at my limit. At this point, anything goes.
I mean, if it's gonna be ZvZ, you may as well just embrace it, right? At least if it's gonna be ZvZ, it's gonna be like between 2 of the very best. It's gonna have a story to it. Maybe. You know, you can try. You never know with ZvZ. Might be over like before you can even tell the story.
Well, either way, they're going to be getting their videos going. We'll get the maps sorted here in a moment. Also, just a quick cool bragging point since we're on the front page and we got a couple more ears than usual. Guys, between the BTSL finals here today, the Corsair Cup Grand Finals tomorrow, and the People Images Tournament at the end of this week, we're having paid out over $10,000 of prize money in December alone. Oh, it feels so fucking good. Feels so fucking good. That's quite a bit more than the couple hundred from weeklies here and there. And I'm hoping that, well, I know for a fact we can't continue that trend every single month for the duration of 2018. I'm hoping we can keep some cool stuff like this rolling. So those who are fans today, fans of past, just kind of casually subscribing, whatever the case is, thank you guys for helping us do all this. It feels good, man. But we're going to go to commercials while they get their videos done, and we'll see you guys here in a few minutes. So thanks again for watching.